All right, so Alex, we were just talking about advisories and how often do people need to read the advisory if they're, let's say they're just getting out on the weekends or one day a week. What do you think?
I'd say if you're traveling to an area frequently throughout the winter, you should be reading the advisory pretty much every day.
And why is that?
Another example is if I'm going to a new area, I start looking at that area's advisory at least a week beforehand, right, to start to get a handle on that snowpack. Because while today's advisory is going to it should be giving you all the information you need. I get a lot better picture and a lot better feel for the big picture if I look at the advisory every day.
Like maybe choosing where to go on the weekend, like you're saying. So if you knew you were going to get out on Saturday, like maybe having that information to the week would help you decide where you're going to go that day. Is that what you're kind of thinking?
Yeah, it would help to dictate what types of terrain I could seek out for when I'm going this Saturday, and rather than deciding I'm going to go to Mount Blackmore and then just look at the advisory that morning to see if it's a good idea or not. Probably if I look at it a few days before, I'll probably have a good idea of what things are going to be shaping up for Saturday, and then on that day be able to see if my assumptions are really lining up with what the weather and snowpack are that morning.
Right, because the snowpack's changing every single day. I mean, we especially know that because we write about it.
Yeah.
And you were saying how hard it can be to sometimes write that, in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times we'll have this discussion of what the danger is going to be tomorrow, right here on the car as we're driving home. And even try to start writing the advisory and then wake up and write something totally different because it snowed more or not as much, or
we got an observation that we didn't expect.
Observation of an avalanche or something, and and so
changes their narrative.
The narrative changes, the snowpack changes on a day-to-day basis, and so tracking it on a day-to-day basis really helps us grasp the whole picture.
And I also find that here I am. This is what we do. We do this for a living, we're paid to look at the snow, look at and track these things. But even on my days off, I'm still reading the advisory, I'm still looking at the weather, because I find that if I don't, I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage when I come back to work after 2 days, that I lost a little something. It's like, well, where did it snow? What were the winds doing? Where did these people trigger slides? And it's always easier to just keep that continuum going and that learning going. And I also think it's a really good thing for the general public. I'd like to think in every advisory there might be a little nugget that you could reinforce something or learn something, or you watch something in the video that makes you think a little bit more, and that's really what we want people to think, about the snow all week long in some ways, even if you're not getting out in it, just because when it comes time to go out, you'll be better off for it. You've kind of practiced,
Yeah, even days we don't go out, we learn a lot from the advisory, just because it's going to describe how that snowpack changes with the weather and the stability changes with that.
Anything else?
And yeah, when I come in to write the advisory, it's the same thing. Like if I haven't read the last 2 days, I got to read them.
Yeah.
In order to continue that story. The snowpack is a continuously changing thing, so if we're following along each piece of that story, we're
basically we're saying
know what's going on.
Because we're following the advisory every day, you should too.
That's how you'll stay safe.
That's how you'll stay safe.